In the last part, we saw Yuan Yue and Chu Xiao are staying side by side in the new city. On the first day, it rained all the way from the morning to afternoon. The trees were lush, the flower petals hovered in the sky as they fell to the ground. The sight was charming. Chu Xiao wore a plain white dress with a wooden hairpin on top of her head. Her long black hair was loosely braided, giving her a refreshing look. It was a full moon that night. Chu Xiao looked at it silently as she realized that the Mid-Autumn Festival was approaching. However, this occasion did not exist in this era yet. The period around the Mid-Autumn Festival was called the Festival of the White Moon. The name was coined from a song which Chu Xiao had heard before when she was in the army. The song painted a picture of a man who went to fight a war for many years, being promoted from an ordinary soldier to a general. Finally, when he returned home after the war, he realized that his house had collapsed, his wife had eloped with another man, his parents and children had starved to death, their remains scattered to unknown locations without a proper grave as a resting place. She remembered the last line of the song vividly. The moonlight shines on my soul, asking you to return to our hometown earlier. From then on, this festival advocated the idea of a closely knitted family. It advised people to treasure their families and not to neglect kinship in the face of their achievements, only to regret when the situation was no longer salvageable. Chu Xiao started to sing the song. The moonlight shines on my soul, asking you to return to our hometown earlier. It's a nice song. Mei Xiang put down the wreath that she held in her hand. She turned around and looked at Chu Xiao, laughed and said, I have not heard you sing before. Chu Xiao was stunned as it dawned on her that she had started to hum out the tune subconsciously. Mei Xiang said, This is a nice song, miss. Do you understand the meaning behind this song now? Chu Xiao tilted her head to the side slightly and remarked, Mei Xiang, looks like you have been into educating people on the principles of life lately. I am not educated. I only know the simplest principles of life. How can I compare to you, miss? Mei Xiang chuckled as she continued to say, However, sometimes the more you know, the more you are confused by those seemingly simple principles. Day by day, year by year, I sit on the rooftop looking at the village roads in search of my husband. While he defends the borders, others steal from us, leaving the children with no clothes to wear and the parents with no food to eat. The emperor is far away, the warriors are not there. The evil village elder rules over the land. As the storm and snow ravages my house, the moonlight shines on my soul, asking you to return to our hometown earlier.
Take a step back to see the truth around you. From a distance you can
Mei Xiang's expression was calm as she leaned on the tree, blurting out the lyrics of the song as some flower petals landed on the wreath in her hands. The white rays of moonlight shone on her fingers, making it appear like the wings of a butterfly. Suddenly, the sounds of a flute started to resonate from afar. It was barely audible as it was too far out, but it lingered in the air high up for a long while, not losing its charm. It sounded carefree and broad. A sense of magnanimousness could be detected in the melodies of the flute. Pingan and the rest were still engaged in the conversation. However, upon hearing the sounds of the flute, all of them stopped talking. Even Jingjing, who was not well versed in music, stuck her ears out earnestly to listen quietly.
from up here. The world seems small. We can sit.
Mei Xiang stood up and returned to her room to retrieve a white clock, then dropped it over Chu Xiao's shoulder. She was laughing as she said, "Miss, you have been busy living your life on tenterhooks these few days. It's time to take a rest. The backyard of this courtyard has good scenery. The moonlight is good tonight. Why don't you take a walk there?" Chu Xiao turned around to see Mei Xiang staring at her with a smile, encouraging her to do what she had just said. Mei Xiang, Chu Xiao wanted to say something, but no words came out of her mouth. Mei Xiang continued to say, "Miss, I don't understand anything about the principles of loyalty. These beliefs. I don't understand anything. I only wish for Miss to live a happy life. You are a good person. That song was not meant for you to listen to."
Forever free, you and me, meant to be in the great outdoors. Forever.
The moonlight shone on Chu Xiao's face as she went into a daze. The lyrics of the second half of the song flashed across her mind. As years passed, the snow continues to fall. My husband doesn't know his way back.
Like a bird on a tree.
It is a bleak future ahead. My hair has turned white after waiting 10 years for his return.
It's clear to see from up here. The world seems small. We can sit.
Here, Chu Xiao might be going to talk to Yuan, and Mei Xiang was encouraging her to go towards him too. Let's see what's happened next. Thank you so much for watching. Stay with me, subscribe to the channel and like the video. Don't forget to click the bell icon to be notified of the next part of the story. Thank you.